gears, the transmission. It seems like everything has been found, and that speedometer is headed straight through Cloud9, potentially. We'll see how Icebox pans out. Dre.
Ridiculous.
We got to talk about comps. Potter mentioned a little something funny in store for us. What do you make of that?
I mean, if Ye's on Jet after how he was just playing
Yeah.
on that Cypher, his aim is on point. This might be just done.
And it is
for
Ye.
Cloud9.
Yeah, it is going to be Ye on Jet. But I think my question on the other side of the coin is, yeah, you're going to put Ye on Jet, and that's great, and Ye, it's Ye, right? But you're still going to have to deal with this double wall comp.
Yeah, and Icy on the Killjoy is going to have to deal with that. I mean, he's going to be the forefront of kind of delaying some of that stuff on his defensive side, right? Yeah. The problem is Oxy couldn't really get much going even against G2. Now, keep in mind, that was against another double wall composition and, you know, a little bit more utility behind it. But you can't help but feel like with how the engagements have been going for Ye, that head-to-head, you got to lean towards Ye right now. The form that he's in, Vans was talking about it. It's that champs looking form.
I mean, it's been a long time since he's been at champs or in international, for that matter. Evil Geniuses have had a bit of a dry spell, so to speak. But I mean, at this point, you're just looking to get past Cloud9. You're looking to stay alive, because we've talked about it on the show a number of times, even just this weekend. Playoffs, it's a different beast. Anybody can catch fire, and Evil Geniuses certainly seem lit. On the other side of Fracture, trying to carry things over onto Icebox on the attacking side. That harbor wall already causing problems across the middle of the map as they're creeping up. They've passed right by each other. Ye on the Jet. Zeppa getting the best of them right off the bat.
Superman's getting sniffed out here as well. There's a turret that's holding that top tube walk up. And they see the spike right now. They're pinging it on the minimap. So although EG have all of A site, they don't have the spike. And Superman's going to get crunched.
There's a little help on the other side. Derek was starting to peek back.
Oh, man.
But arriving just a little late. Meanwhile, Icy, you mentioned him and the need for him to deliver.
Yeah, he just did. That pick is massive. It gives them a way back in because now you're allowed to scale back up into heaven and take fights from this different off angle. I say that as Vic is already holding it.
Oxy trying to keep them back, trying to secure the spike. Nature left alone. A 1v4 gets a little bit closer, a little bit more competitive. Trying to bridge the gap. But again, he doesn't even have the spike. I mean, now Sheriff in 29 HP.
This is impossible.
It's pretty damn close.
Almost dropping to a shock dart. Big pistol round win for Cloud9, walking all the way through B site. Zeppa taking out Ye. It's a strong start for Cloud9. And right now, can't help but feel like EG leaving that spike there, no one having it, is just so rough.
I mean, it's a pistol.
It's a ranked mistake, man.
Well, pistols get silly, and I think they were just wanting to pivot around what they had. So you see all smiles on the face of Nature, even after that lost pistol.
Just not ready for Ye to drop that early on. Now EG on the eco round, they're going to take some of this B main control. We try to cycle up some of these orbs onto Nature, who was able to get a couple kills in that previous round. Looks like it's going to be cycled onto Derek instead. And Ye, he has a Marshall. I feel like we've seen this before. He can do some damage with this weapon, but he's going to have to front two players here.
It's got to be perfect.
Spike down B.
What a flick from Oxy onto Nature there, huh?
And Superman falls as well. I'll rotate back to the other side of the map with no real space gained. And no advantage to capitalize on.
Enemy mark.
Mid-round drone from Zeppa to solidify some information on that Icy lurk. Very early judge buy here as well. On the side of that. Looks like it's going to be put to use here.
Yeah, it will. In more ways than one.
Hold on a second. If Cloud9 don't flood out behind this, this judge could really do some damage, but it will be all sights set on B, and no one here from Cloud9, so Spike should be able to get planted here.
Brother, we're running out of time here. It's got 15 seconds left.
I mean, Ye's going to get deposited here. He's going to hear the rotations from Cloud9. He might be able to snag one here. And if Icy can get up close and personal with this judge, this is a round that could be stolen away from EG.
Remember how Fracture started?
Yeah.
It was a pistol and then a thrifty conversion. Do we have that in hand again?
Oh, he hears all three members, Doug.
Starting to rotate through. Ye still has to connect the shot, so Icy does too, and neither of them have much health. But the trap is lying in wait. Icy creeping forward from up in heaven, spotting a scalp, dropping back. And now you've got a little bit of utility you can play around. Icy dropping both nanos, alarm bot still in play. Creeping into the cove, or at least trying to. Mitch is gonna try to stick it the whole way. He gets it to half. He should be able to get the defuse as well. Just under a second and a half, but Cloud9 convert.
Only one Bulldog saved into your bonus round. Your money is disgusting right now. Evil Genius is doing a lot of damage. And Icy, he should have that lockdown online, getting 4 and the spike plant. Yeah, he has it. And I just feel like Imi's just had enough, Doug. He's been through an emotional roller coaster throughout the whole season and this playoff. I mean, you got to feel for the guy now. EG, if they can get some of these early picks here on the pipes, push back Icy, you don't really need to invest that lockdown. I think that's important.
Yeah, you want to hang on to that one as long as you can.
Good heads up buy from Ye as well, abusing the outlaw. But what a shot from Oxy. We've seen so many teams struggle with this weirdly timed peeks at A main from Jets. Oh my goodness, is he gonna do it?
He's gotten 2 steps of the way there.
Now you kind of have to invest the lockdown. Yeah, exactly.
You're kind of wanting to hang on to that one for a rainy day. But it seems like the dark clouds are now.
He's going hunting for more. He doesn't care. What? Was that from Derek?
Committing to getting the plant down now, a 2v2. Not out of this yet. Icy picking up right where he left off on Fracture. Vic is left alone, a 1v2. Opts to go for the Sheriff. And now switching back, an upgrade of weapon. Still a lot he has to land on, then the trade is perfect. EG are on the board.
What was supposed to be a flawless round for EG, I mean, all things considered, there was, what, 4 Sheriffs, only 1 Bulldog from Cloud9. It just got so messy, all thanks to these picks from Oxy. And now you had to invest. Oh, that's ridiculous. Yeah. I mean, what is that?
Okay.
What is that? But yeah, Icy having to do some heroics in this round, having to drop his lockdown.
7-2 so far, though.
Now Jet Knives online for Oxy. He's pushed all the way up in A. So this is the focal point for Cloud9's defense, is taking this A control. And you kind of have to give B.
Remember how good he was with the Sheriff in the previous round.
A lot of B space being taken. Icy completely overwhelmed. So now it's obvious that everybody on the side of EG is towards this B side of the map. And with that kitchen turret being broken.
Oh, that flash is pretty, but he doesn't check. He doesn't check. Vic cleans him up assassination style.
Spike planted.
You're going to have this late lure coming in through kitchen as Superman gets caught trying to escape. And now the Hunter's Fury. Second shot goes wide left. Vic somehow managing to dodge around all of that. Nature snappy with it. Magnetic onto Zeppa. A 2v2 as the spike has been in play. Mitch left alone. Nature starting to feel some of the pressure. Mitch has gotten it to even footing. Still has utility to play around. But the onus is on him. The Cove, and he's gonna go take the fight! Misses the window! 5 bullets left! And now it's just waiting for Derek to hit the swing. He's gotten it to half, he waits it out! Mitch should have the defuse! It's beautiful again! The Red Bull clutch for Cloud9!
Mitch has come up huge for Cloud9 so many times in this playoff. Another clutch, man. pre-firing nature and then just completely outplaying Derek. It felt like after Mitch popped out of his harbor wall and couldn't connect, Derek had it in the bag, but what a play from Mitch to get that spike to happen. Really making it go down to the wire. Wonder what kind of adjustment EG are going to make in future rounds to deal with that A main push, because Icy just had too many targets to look at. Look at this aggression. Icy, whoa!
Got one.
He found the gap!
And he's looking for more.
Enemy mark.
Takes a step back.
What? This match is getting silly, Doug. Jump kills, rope kills, the sheriff, headshots.
Spike rotating towards B. Vic kind of by himself as Zeppa arrives. Kills traded though as Mitch fully pushes in through A. It's a 2v2 and EG have gotten the spike down, but they don't really have the weapons. They just
Enemy remaining.
have classics, and Nature gets caught scaling up.
Yeah, Harbor Ultimate used to clear out all of close sight as well, but the dart was layered on top of that, so now makes it obvious where Derek is, but he has an opportunity here to do something silly with this classic.
First, the shock. The second one through. He's going to have to push this. Not again. Zeppa's waiting on the other side with the shorty. 3 kills on the round for him. The defuse comes through as Cloud9 gets a 4.
And hey, it's not pretty Valorant, but if Cloud9 if Cloud9 keep coming out on top in these 3v3 scenarios, this is what you want for the defensive side. This is what you need to bring this series back into your favor. Get some momentum going into that third map.
Oh my god. Nice! Let's go, Eric. Good shit, bro. Let's go.
It's been so back and forth in these rounds, and yeah, like I said, look at that.
My brother is going through it.
He might grow hair with the stress that he's getting. I mean, 2 ultimates online for the side of Cloud9, but it's going to be a B fight here. We saw Ye get punished by Zeppa on the pistol round. Can Mitch do the same?
There's a lot more behind this here.
Ooh.
He's got some help.
Spike down.
And again, they haven't cleared out Garage. Oxy's got to understand there's a really good chance the shorty at the distance does not convert.
And now you have to compensate. If you're Cloud9, you have to do more of a lean towards B. That allows Icy a timing to take onto A site.
Some of that Killjoy utility is still going to be up, so passive information.
Oh, man.
But he's not taking the space.
Supa's going to have to react fast off of this.
Yes, he is. Paying off of the mini-map. And a step taken back.
Has to reposition. But yeah, this A side is completely free because of all that B control gathered by EG. Superman is getting punished in mid. He's been so aggressive on his lurk timings, and it's kind of been paying out for EG, but good heads-up awareness from Cloud9. Yay.
Oh, brother has 24 HP.
Yeah.
30 seconds
Besting
left.
net and still has a really good shot at winning this fight, too. Finds cover, dashes across. Meanwhile, the ult invested from Zeppa, and I don't even think he got a shot off, thanks to Icy. And so now Vic is going to try to mad dash his way back into the site and try to convert a 1v3. But the utility is going to be a problem.
You still have 2 shock darts in play. So a recon dart as well, and Icy. Yeah, that timing that he was able to take onto the actual A site because of that mid-aggression was the gap in the defense. Those trades going in the way of EG here, that supporting cast, backing up Ye, allows him to take more of an aggressive angle and pinch Oxy. And yeah, I think he's questioning why Net would take this peak with all that Killjoy utility up at A site still. If Net doesn't drop there and you play the 3v3, you can pop those mollies, delay the spike plant. You can still cut off Ye, because that was clearly the game plan, but him dropping too early there is a blunder.
Too suppressed.
Hasty out, Net grabbing the orb. A little bit closer to having that ult online.
Whoa! Disgusting shot onto Net. I mean, just filthy.
That boy's shooting today.
Yeah, and now you can wait for this Viper wall to just run its course. You still have Superman completely controlling the flank. This should be clean for EG.
We've had a couple of those should-be cleans this series so far, and they seldom are.
Last player standing.
But it seems like we might finally get a clean one here.
This time, just waiting out that utility, fighting together, using that KO to pop flash. Everybody backside. Vic is probably going to try to die to the spike here, not feed any ult orbs to anyone. You don't want Derek to get closer to his ult. Icy's only one off of his. If I'm EG right now, if I'm Icy, I'm already hunting. I'm knife out, running into their spawn.
Yeah, cut him loose, maybe. I mean, the money, no, they could buy us too.
Yeah, but I mean, money's not the best, and you could probably do a default to get that Killjoy ultimate, but if you could just have it off the rip and not have to give a chance to Cloud9 in the next round, would be a perfect world. He's going hunting now. A little too late. Well, maybe not. Let's see. Even if Vic gets the kill, it's good for Icy in this moment. Oh, no way. Oh, no.
He got away with
he
it.
got the timing. He got the timing. I thought for a second, I was like, he better die to the spike here, buddy.
Also delete my hard drive.
EG.
You take a look at that. Both of them. I mean, that was the first, and the second one was almost more impressive.
It's just perfect timing.
As one does, right? Perfectly normal human thing to do.
I bet.
A lot to deal with now for EG. You got that operator onto Oxy, but it looks like it's going to be a fast approach on A site. Both rechargeables being used to take early control. Set Icy up here. We've seen this default before. This time, a lot of emphasis towards mid for Evil Geniuses. Trying to support Superman here, who's kind of been getting, I don't want to say bullied, but he's been getting attacked by multiple players of Cloud9.
Still in the same position. Was now you know an op is on the board.
Yeah. Ye is not afraid either, though. Look at him. He's taking all this space with an outlaw. He's trying to take that head-to-head. Understanding that Oxy has light armor, though. That's why.
Oh, and also the way he's been shooting. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so the rotation back towards A. You still have a lot of the Killjoy utility here.
So much emphasis towards this mid side of the map.
And a timing pit.
Yeah, it forces Vic to have to pop that pit.
So what, does Icy pop his ult to flush it out? Yeah.
Yeah. If you're Vic here, you kind of feel like you might have to just stay in here and keep this up, but Ye's going to flank mid late.
I mean, Zeppa's going to be waiting for it, though. He looks like he might have a timing on it as well. Both of them waiting. And it is Zeppa who walks away on top in the duel. Now the second pit dropped.
Spike planted.
Spit at the feet of nature. He's going to have to flush out behind, but did manage to get the spike down.
The problem is the spike's not planted in the pit.
They're still going to be able to tuck around it, though. You see on your screen through the X-Way, all members there. Icy, fancy footwork as he steps out into one, but Derek from on high trying to clean up another. The defense holding strong for now. But there's still so much they have to solve. They still have to deal with this pit. And time is of the essence. Supa getting real close, but Mitch managing to navigate it, managing to get the defuse, and managing to get Cloud9 their fifth.
Now, I just wonder right now for the side of EG if it was a miscommunication on where to plant that spike. Most of the time you want that spike in the Viper's pit so everybody is low enough for Superman to not have to pull out a shorty and just spray his Vandal if push comes to shove. What a timing from Zeppa as well. But notice Cloud C9's awareness of dealing with that mid lurk. And yeah, it wasn't Superman this time around, but still understanding that EG think that that's a gap that can be abusable and marking it. So now Potter will take a timeout for Evil Geniuses. I wonder now if there's going to be more oomph in that mid fight. Maybe earlier on, maybe more of a pace for Evil Geniuses. Try to catch out some of these players in these off angles that are holding it.
Possibly.
I do like the way that EG approached that last round, though. Like, if I break it down, they broke the mid Killjoy turret. They took close A control. They pushed off the B line, so they essentially had all map control.
Yeah, at all three lanes, yeah.
And that's why Vic was forced to pop that Viper's ult. Like, it was a great plan going into it. I just think the post-plant execution was just lacking a little bit. Like I said, that miscommunication of that plant spot was just, it just wasn't it. So right now, just understand that, okay, we worked the map very well against Cloud9. We're doing a good job of things. Let's just clean up the late round. Let's clean up the post plant. As you look on your screen here, though, an attack operator invested from Ye. And it looks like it's going to be a head-to-head duel here. Battle of the Ops at A site. Oxy versus Ye. Ye does have Derek to set him up here, though. Maybe an instant drone.
Oh, something to give him a line, maybe. They know Mitch is close. Oxy.
Here we go.
The first to that angle. Ye creeping forward. The timing. Just a tease.
Ye's waiting for that drone that Derek's going to use from a closer position, get more value from it. He's going to be able to hold the heaven line once that happens. I wonder if that audio cue was heard from the side of EG.
First the dart, cleared out. Oxy still concealed.
He's alone here, though, and he doesn't have dash proc. He might get punished. What is that?
Insane shot out of nature. And now they can accelerate behind it. Pops his ult, takes the site. Mitch is gonna have his reckoning for the retake.
You gotta flood with it. You gotta put a pace on this retake. The mid lurk was cleared for Cloud9.
Reckoning now dropped. Tether's lighting up the sky as nature tries to fill in behind it. Not able to connect against Vic.
There's a gap in the wall, Doug. What?
Ye makes the most of it. EG with the numbers advantage, and it's only getting better.
One enemy remaining.
Mitch is gonna have to 1v4 his way through this, and I mean, the money's not great. He just has to save.
These are the unfortunate things when you're running the harbor, is sometimes when it gets a little tricky on some of these ledges, there could be gaps in the wall. Just Valorant things, but for Ye to hit that shot in that tiny little gap is just a testament of what this series has been for him so far. He has been hitting some of the most ridiculous shots I've seen since he's been on Chamber. Oh, what? Barely off of the mark? It looked like it was on, no?
It was close.
Tough luck.
It was very close. And so again, the purchase for Cloud9 is spotty. I mean, you've got the Phantom that Mitch was able to carry over. You've got a share for Oxy. But just classics around that.
Derek has the Hunter's Fury online. This Harbor Wall, all members of EG pushing past it with that KO flash. I like the fact that nature isn't the one that exposes his body after pop flashing, and it's the players from the top. It's just a micro detail, but most players tend to look towards that side of the Harbor Wall where the flash actually pops from. Quiet across the board is EG. A mid-round drone from Cloud9 should give enough info as to what's going on, but Icy is the only one that shows.
If they commit into this, everybody's here.
Yeah, but two classics. I mean, Phantom is here. Mitch is going to have to do some heroics.
But he's in like a one and done. There's no way for him to get out.
Oh,
Well, he's gotten his one.
Down A.
Net falls. Oxy joins in. And the Phantom is still up, still in play.
while that was all happening, Superman didn't take any space in mid or B.
Derek getting a little bit closer to even footing here. They're still doubling down into
30
this?
seconds left. Last player standing.
They haven't moved.
Spike down A.
All around.
Supa's now left in a 1v3. Yes, the spit will help. He's gotten it down a little bit closer. All target spotted, trying to connect! And Supa does! The Red Bull clutch for EG and disaster avoided.
Mr. Clutch back at it. This man has been such an anchor for this roster, for his previous rosters as well. So good in these 1v3 moments.
But it never should have gotten to that.
Yeah, it was silly, man. I mean, Cloud9 really held their ground there in front 410.
Oh my, that's my unk, that's my unk.
But now these close rounds, because of Unk going the way of EG. Oxy's getting active here.
Yes, he is, and he's finding success on the other side of it. Two pocketed. And now things slow down.
Yeah, I guess you can rely on Unk to trade you out as well.
Yeah, they've been relying on Unk for a lot.
Looks
And
like they're going to have to rely on him here.
again.
Yeah.
2v4 here.
Poison orb emitting.
And here's that close left spot again. I wonder if Derek decides to throw some of these shock darts here, get some chip damage in. Maybe Vic can get taken out. He's trying to spot to see if they're there.
Meanwhile, Supa trying to make sure there's nobody on the flank.
They're too split up, though. Derek's going to get punished here, surely.
Last player standing.
Yeah, not a chance in the world. The only upside here for Superman is he has the spike. He got a 1v3 in the last round against, you know, Classics and 1 Phantom. I don't know if he can do it against 4 rifles, man. Pop of the orb. Net is holding this as well.
Toxin screen down.
Oh, he decides to give.
30 seconds left.
He's gotten up further than I thought he would.
He's giving a lot of respect to Superman right now. Maybe that's going to work in his favor. Oh, my gosh. Almost the timing there, but Mitch will take out Superman. So this time the A fight going the way of Cloud9. Oxy getting really aggressive in that nest area, taking the rope. And here's the thing with KO is like, yeah, the dagger lands. People aren't afraid of the dagger anymore. They don't care. They're just going to hold. Try to take as many out as they can. And if you're Jet and you can get 2 in this round, you've done your job and some.
Hanging on to a 1-round lead. Oxy's going to have his blades into this round. Also note Mitch and Zeppa both 1 pip away from having their ults in play.
Yeah. No orb denial from the side of EG towards that A side of the map. Should paint the picture for Cloud9 that it's a B side default.
Like EG, they don't step back for much, do they? Vic, snappy onto the first. Zeppa popping the ult, finding value on the other side of it.
Give me those back.
Meanwhile, Oxy's knives taking more lives. Superman already down. Nature and Icy left alone.
No smokes to play with here. Turret still up in mid.
Now dealt with.
It's going to be very difficult to crawl your way back into this round. Icy does get tagged by that drone as well.
Not necessarily aware that there are 2 on the other side of that, but you can assume a few things here. And they tuck on the other side of the dart.
Yeah, false info gathered. It still should be clear that this is an opening, though, from the side of Cloud9.
Right.
Especially after that pop flash. That's why Zeppa is just holding the mid lurk. If net falls here,
30
though, there
seconds left.
could be a window of opportunity. It's a 2v2 either way right now.
Oh. Right. Flash a little off the mark.
That happens to the best of us.
Reckoning now drop. It's going to force them to scatter. Icy and Nature forced into these isolated fights where they can try to convert, and Icy might find a window. Zeppa.
Last player standing.
It's actually Oxy who punishes Nature. A 1v3. Zeppa weak. Nature not many options. And Mitch will clean it up. A 7-5 half for the defense.
Yeah, all things considered with the way that EG were maneuvering around the map, kind of punishing some of that mid utility that Cloud9 were throwing. Cloud9 salvaged the half, and they ended up being the ones in the lead. So this has been a back and forth battle. Mitch, he's been sitting at the top as well this entire time. He has stepped up so massively for this Cloud9 roster in playoffs. It's just been ridiculous.
We talked a lot about Icy and how good he was for EG on the attacking side as a KJ. The other side of this break will have them on defense. We'll see if he can continue to deliver.
It's for you. Do you like it? Come on, Charlie. Use your new door. Come on, let's go. I said go. Let's go. Silly dog. I'm gonna trade you for a cat. Red Bull gives you wings.
The new Red Bull Zero is here. 100% wings with monk fruit extract.
Cloud9 staring down the barrel of elimination. We gotta have a quick check in on history. For this franchise, their playoff woes have been very well documented. They get through the stage and they do so confidently, and then everything falls apart. And Dre, after map 1, we thought there might be a bit of the same. They're not out of the woods quite yet, but they're putting up a great fight against EG here.
Yeah, and it's all thanks to Mitch and Oxy really stepping up.
Right.
That, you know, we talked about, even Potter was saying how because of the Harbor, Oxy's able to isolate a lot of the fights that he wants. And as well on this attacking side with the Harbor, how is Ye going to get online? But he finds a gap. He always finds a way.
It's a perfect start. Dodging all of the utility and finding a place to hit where it hurts.
EG still need to convert here, though, because they need to get the operator online for Ye. And if Ye can find gaps like that within the Harbor utility, that's where he's going to shine and get value. Dagger did connect on 2 of these members of Cloud9. Now, look at what EG are doing on the minimap. They got the pick at A, and now they're full attention towards mid, trying to bait out a lurk, trying to see if there's any timing being made from Cloud9. 3 members were posted up here.
Again, I love that they don't double down and fully push pedal to the metal when they have an advantage.
This is Oxy go kill right now. It's actually a B hit, but look at who's here. Ye's playing all the way back. A gap in the wall!
Oops.
And another kill found.
How does he keep finding these openings, man?
30
The
seconds
utility
left.
just not quite on the mark for Cloud9.
Well, you know how the saying goes, you give him a pixel, he takes a life.
Yep.
No target left.
Oxy trying to find some of that same success.
One enemy remaining.
Ye with 3 on the round. You talked about needing to get that op online. He's certainly set up for it. EG, take the pistol.
Flawlessly at that. I mean, first of all, Ye, the aggression onto A Heaven, finding the pick through that cascade, and then rotating all the way back to B site. The protocols right now for EG are looking really good. It looks like they're very dialed in on how they need to maneuver around the map. Even the mid re-clear. Oh man, a miss of a wall. And
Zoom, enhance.
But here, now you're wondering though if, from the side of Cloud9, if they understand that that was a gap in the wall, or if he was just randomly spamming. Like, do they actually know? Because when you're dying like that, you saw nothing. Net is having a rough map so far, 3 and 12 for him.
Toxins going up.
See if that mistake gets fixed. This time, a fast mid to B split, but an alarm bot is met here. Icy with the Sheriff.
Already feeling some of Cloud9's attempt. We were just calling out how Net was struggling. He gets his one, but the Guardian punches right back.
Superman conceding all of that B site space as well.
But
Waiting
Cloud9,
for the team.
They did manage to get the spike down here, right?
You only have 1 KO flash to pop through this, and it does make it kind of obvious. Still going to be so difficult. Look at EG just waiting for this Harbor wall to drop and taking all the space on the extremity.
One enemy remaining.
And as it goes down, the kills go up. Supa with 3.
Oh.
Zeppa's going to get his 1, but you imagine the defuse will be stuck. The kill will come through, and we've got a tie ball game.
All the guns saved as well. That Guardian that Superman had on the B site will be brought forth into the following round. Cloud9, they're going to have to get some of these post-plant wins. On the last map of Fracture, they only won 4 out of 9.
We
The
always get
retakes
2.
of
We
EG
always
were
get
too
2.
strong. Let's see if they can do it here on a gun round, but Vic, he's sitting at that regen armor, and Ye still has that outlaw in play. Another B-side default from Cloud9. This time, nobody running through mid fast. That allows Icy more time to set up, and he's going to break the mid turret of Net. Oh, he got a peek of it. Decides not to break it, though.
Hear that knife soaring through the sky. Getting a little info, on where Cloud9 is.
Connects on the core, and it's a flash setup play here for Superman. But how many can he actually get?
Oh, he's already gotten up top.
Oh.
There's the flash, but he was ahead of it. It's fumbled. Oxy gets his 2. Now Cloud9 in a position to put this round away as he gets another onto Icy. B side is theirs, the spike is planted, firm control.
Just go for damage right now if you're EG. See if anybody will give you a pick on the actual exits. Derek. And Ye. Bulldog and an Outlaw. What is that shot, man?
It was from a distance, too. I think the big thing we got to consider for this next round is how quickly Mitch got his ult online. That Reckoning will be a problem.
Especially against the operator buy that Ye's going to get in this following round. We'll see, though, with the way that we've seen Ye play in this series so far, how disruptive he's been, finding those windows of opportunity, whether it's around a smoke, around cascades. If he can emulate that success inside of a Reckoning, that is going to be just disaster for Cloud9.
That's a big if, though.
Well, Harbor ult already? This guy is Thanos.
Yeah, Mitch has been having such a good map, 15 and 7 right now.
Here.
Oxy getting online as well in that last round, taking out so many members on that B side of the map, but all players towards this A side of the map. Cascade cuts off Ye. What a good dart to scout him out as well. Slowly pushing back the operator.
The drone will attempt to pave the way for Cloud9. Still plenty of defense here, including the op.
They can see over this, though. You have to invest the Reckoning. You have to wait for it to actually start slamming people.
Oh, he saw a hand. He connects onto Zeppa. And then he gets out. Mitch is going to be there on the trade, now trying to commit to getting the spike down. The shock will delay for just a moment. Second time's the charm.
Spike planted.
The thing is, how do you get Ye in a position to find more value with the op? Doesn't really have a rifle to pray around. Derek and Supa will have to find a way. The Cope to delay a little bit longer as Ye pops blades, tries to get up, tries to get aggressive. Finds Vic, 3 for him. Just waiting for Mitch to fall. Nice bit of HP, but how do you convert this? A 1v3. The high, low. Ye gets the defuse, we're tied again.
And he takes out Mitch at the end as well. We set it up perfectly. How is Ye gonna operate around the Reckoning of Mitch? He found that window, he found that gap. He is in a different type of flow state right now for this EG squad, and I just don't even know what you can do. If you're Cloud9, when the enemy Jet is doing things like this, he is just operating at such a high level right now.
Come on, baby.
And he's so calm about it. That's the scary part about it all. Looks like it's another day in the office for him. So now, Cloud9, they do some faint utility towards this B side of the map, but...
Brother, they bit.
Yeah, and normally, Nature will throw a dagger to kind of scout out how many players are there. This time he's staying, so there's uncertainty in the defensive setup right now. But this early cascade kind of makes it a little bit obvious that it's not a B default anymore. I mean, maybe somebody got deposited here, but there should be a heavy lean for the defense towards this A side of the map. Oxy's going to have to come up huge with these knives.
He's going to try to find some high ground. How did Icy continues to, I mean, be that guy for EG?
He just got a spam kill on the Gen player, and now that's Viper smokes. Viper Snakebite just gone.
Cove now cleared. Flash on the other side of it. One of them's lit up. Both members found. Both names claimed.
One enemy remaining.
It's going to be Ye left alone. Oxy from on top. It's a battle of the Jets. Oxy on the swing. Ye had no idea. He gets his 3 as Cloud9 take the lead back.
I'm surprised he's not standing up out of his chair screaming after that one. He needed to come up huge for his team, and he did just that. He's sitting at 19 and 15. Besting Ye in the 1v1. Look at these shots that he connected. Yeah, it got a little bit scary there with those knives onto Ye, but...
Let's go, baby!
Oh, there's that pop-off I was expecting when we shot straight to him. I was like, oh, he's a little too calm for a clutch like that, Doug.
Still in a fight. Still just one round. An eco for EG.
No Cascade used this time around B. It's going to be a drone and a walkout.
With the rotations coming through for the defense. including Ye, with a Marshall in hand.
Here's that dagger that we've seen Nature throw so many times before. Gives information on two members, Sova and Jet. But Ye takes out Oxy with a Marshall.
The whole conversation was around how he finds success in this double wall comp. And he just continues to spit in the face of that.
Man does not care right now.
Really nice flash for Super to peek back behind Yellow, and now the spit. Still plenty of work left to be done. No real threat on the other side.
Nature, Derek, the only one with delay utility here now, though. No more mollies to play with. These shock darts are going to have to do some damage when the spike gets planted. It's going to be a brawl, though. It's going to be a fight once this Viper wall drops. They're looking for kills.
And there's that swing on the other side of it. Nature connecting onto Mitch. Can Ye find anything else? Damage dealt. Icy with 2. It's another mess for Cloud9. Net has to 1v5 his way through this, and he's done a lot of the work. It's just Sheriff's on the other side. But again, a thrifty as we're tied once more.
So much value from that pop flash that Nature was able to use as that Viper wall was falling. He did such a great job of identifying that Cloud9 were going to try to take the fights in the back side, not give all the space to these Sheriffs to put in the work long range, and it works against them.
Oh my god! No!
Looked way too easy for Icy, who just swings out Snowman in that moment with all those players blind because of Nature. Nature sitting at 11 assists. Yeah, he might not be at the top of the scoreboard, but he's been putting in work with his utility, which is so hard to do against this Harbor composition. Players get so timid to run through those Harbor walls with the KO pop flashes. I like the approach from EG against this Harbor comp. They're actually waiting for those walls to go down and then using their utility. They're not trying to force the issue.
They're playing around it really nicely. Cloud9 calling a timeout. We're just a few moments away from that expiring as we're tied at 9 apiece. And I think a lot of the conversation here on the other side of this is the ult arsenal that Cloud9 have to play around.
And their money as well. Do you try to force around these ults and swing it? Do you try to, like, this is such a huge swing round for Cloud9 if they actually do invest.
Yeah, we take a look at it here. You've got the Reckoning from Mitch. You've got the Hunter's Fury from Zeppa, and then you have Net's ult too. It all comes down to whether or not you choose to invest.
I think the approach in the beginning round at least is going to be Oxy go kill. And then if he can get 1 or 2, maybe then you start having this conversation. Okay, maybe I should invest the Reckoning. Maybe I should invest the Hunter's Fury. But he needs to get active for Cloud9 right now. He needs to go hunting for kills.
Quiet across the site.
One
Dagger again. This time only landing onto the Sova, but with nothing shown at A. Those rotations start setting into effect. That Viper wall missed again, Doug.
You were telling us Oxy needed to deliver. Oxy needed to step up for Cloud9. Can he do so here? He's going to scale all the way back into their spawn. Finding a little bit of cover behind the Harbor wall. And the question is, how much does he risk? How much does he send? Remember, for Cloud9, you did a lot of the work here. You got the spike down. Now you have those big ults to play around.
And if the time keeps ticking, the Hunter's Fury will be used first.
One suppressed. Flashbang.
They're just waiting for the flood on the other side of it. And there it is, the Hunter's Fury Oxy, the first to fall. Vandal sitting on the ground. But it's the ults that may be a problem. Superman's going to get it 3/4 of the way. He sticks it all the way down. EG take the lead.
They take the lead and they take away the Hunter's Fury from Zeppa. Superman sticking half in that moment, dropping to that Hunter's Fury was massive for EG. Cloud9 did not expect the full stick. So much faith in the supporting cast. Question marks in the air from the side of EG. What are they doing in that camp? Now they have so many ults to work in their favor too. Hunter's Fury of their own, lockdown from Icy. Ye is getting active in mid with this operator. Tag of the drone, secures the pick. No Viper smokes in play.
Beautifully done by the defense. Setting up their start to deliver, and they called his number, and He showed up. For Cloud9, you're playing on a knife's edge here. The money's not good, but you've got these ults. You got to find a way to swing back momentum.
Yeah, but you can't use the lockdown because Derek has his Hunter's Fury. The ults are actually in favor right now for Cloud9. Here's that dart.
Spike planted.
It's going to be a flood after this lockdown goes through. Will it have bought enough time?
Derek's using it really late. But he's still got a tag on Oxy. Tries to track through the walls, cannot. Meanwhile, the Reckoning. Part of the conversation now with 4v4. Zeppa's up on top, gets his 2. Derek trying to convert alone, swings into another, and Zeppa gets 3. We, of course, are tied again.
A bit of the pressure getting into EG there as well. Using that lockdown Icy. It was just so late. I feel like even if that thing goes off, man, you don't even have enough time to defuse because you waited out the enemy's lockdown. Hunter's Fury was used to clear back sight, so all of a sudden Cloud9, they chipped away at some of that ult economy, and Superman's the only one to play with one of his own. This back and forth battle. It's been a ridiculous one. Yay, still enough money to buy that operator. He's leaning towards this A side. Cascade was shown at B, but Superman is disrespecting it. I think Nature is about to throw that knife lineup. Connects on nobody, and now Cloud9 are going to re-walk into that space.
Yeah, between the fact that nothing's tagged B and the Cascade up A, rotations are starting to come through. Nature will try to join the fray. Both drones passing right by one another. I don't think he was tagged. I don't know that they saw him.
I think he saw the tip of his head, surely, the little ponytail.
Dash expired now. Yay, on an island. Can he connect? With op in hand, Mitch is going to be the first to come up. Zeppa's got his dart, too. You're going to try to flush him out. But he stays. A war of attrition. And they're just going to rotate back. He's never even going to get a shot. They've taken so much space B. Icy taking so much damage. They're trying to push his way forward, and Oxy flushes him out.
Left.
On the other side of the Viper wall, they try to creep forward. A gap in the wall. Harbor's now up 2, and Nature's ahead of it. Molly to try to delay. Derek now waiting for the right time to face, and Vic was waiting.
Spike planted.
Cloud9 get another. Yay and Super are on the outside looking in. I think they have to save here.
One dead. My ult's ready.
Surely you don't try to convert a 2v5 with an op, right?
No. You have to save right now. That was such a fine line that Cloud9 were leaning on to win this round.
Enemy remaining.
I don't know why Superman's hunting in that moment. Now everyone on Cloud9 is going to hunt down this operator. Look at the mini-map right now. Look at Mitch.
All starting to close in on his position. While he's desperately trying to white knuckle his way into saving that op. But it's pried out of his hands. Cloud9 take the lead. EG are on a mess of a buy. I mean, they have Ye's blades, but they might need more than that.
Ye played that perfectly at that A side as well. If Cloud9 actually did commit, if there was a little bit more pressure from Superman towards that B side of the map to force Cloud9 to commit to that hit, he looked like he was ready to get at least 1 or 2 in that moment.
I don't know how Nature fell there on bridge. And so EG call a timeout.
Last timeout of the map. The way that Cloud9 maneuvered around that round was masterful. Dodging the knife, re-walking into that B space while there was just a ruse at A main. It was looking scary too for Cloud9. Like I said, the way that Ye was kind of maneuvering around the Sova drone, the way that he takes that little off-angle step to hold if anybody gives him an elbow. Now he's left with knives, and EG, they're gonna have to cook up something devious here against Cloud9.
So what is it? What are they gonna try to do here? What do they have to do? Because they're down in rounds, their money's not great.
The thing is after a timeout like this, when you see Ye has knives online and the economy is bad, for Cloud9, you're going to be holding for aggressive pushes early, right? So you need to find something in the mid round, maybe that re-clear drone mid play that EG did with that operator. Because Cloud9 aren't going to drop to you in the first 10 seconds of the round, or at least they shouldn't. They should be aware that there could be something aggressive coming off of this timeout. But you're definitely willing to take a lot more risk if you're EG in this moment. Yeah, Ye not showing where the knives are yet is really important for EG. But he's just not at the right site. The guess was wrong.
At least it was for now. Cloud9, a confident call to arms towards A.
Drone sees the Sova. This should give confidence to the B players of EG to push up a little bit.
And now the harbor wall too. Make that both sets of utility. Nature's got a stinger. He's the only one here with a gun. Also, I mean, the only one here. A little bit of damage dealt. But it all falls onto Ye, and it's going to be a fast double flank through spawn. And Zeppo's waiting for it. Sufa, knife out. I don't know if you're expecting the other one, though. The blade's on the other side. Zeppa's there. A blade between his eyes. And now a 3v3. Remember, no gun upgraded. Derek and Icy both have sheriffs. And that's one down. All eyes on Ye. He's got to deliver. Icy getting a little bit closer. And now the blade's out. Can Ye do it again? A 1v2 with ult in hand. Spots the barrel. Waiting for the other, but the blades draw a silhouette around Mitch. Cloud9 get to map point.
Can't help but feel for Ye in that moment. Knows he's there, but the movement is just too goofy from Mitch, the run and gun with the Phantom. Icy was hitting some shots there, man. That got a little devious, like I was talking about, but Cloud9 settle. Put themselves in a really good spot. Yeah, look at the smiles from EG. Now you have to deal with Reckoning. You have to deal with Hunter's Fury.
They're playing for OT. An op in the hands of Ye. An ult for Nature. He's at the right site this time.
Revealing area.
Dueling darts, a little info found.
I suggest
And now the Reckoning will become a problem. They're dumping everything they can into that site. Meanwhile, Ye gets his one and gets out.
He's up in aggressive spot as well.
Almost connects onto a second shot. A narrow miss. But there are layers to this. Nature's on the other side. The double face is too much. This awkward pump fake. The spike is still out of reach. Mitch and Zeppo, I don't know how they convert this 2v5. I don't think they will. A flawless round as EG stay alive.
That fast res from Derek, baiting out anybody trying to push and punish that. EG are playing to tie things up, bring this into overtime, try to win their first playoff game, and again, Ye, the focal point for this team so far in this series. Finding another pick.
He's done such a good job of playing around all of this utility.
All the chaos.
I mean, the Reckoning, the Hunter's Fury, the walls. I mean, both sets of walls. He finds that narrowest of margin, and he hits.
I think the impressive thing for me too was on his escape, he lands top screens
And almost hits another shot.
And almost goes for another one, right? This is a reinvigorated Ye. Confidence level through the roof. Last time out in regulation now being used from Cloud9. Remember, they used nothing on that first half. Can this be the difference maker? Are we going to see something pacey from Cloud9 who have been doing these slow defaults towards A, slow defaults towards B? Now on your guys' screen it says 12-10, but the score is actually 12-11. We are playing for overtime.
What's the call for Cloud9 on the other side of this timeout? A lean towards B, Dre.
The thing is I know you want Vic to run up mid with your Killjoy potentially, but that Viper's pick could be so crucial in closing out this map. And it looks like Superman's going to use one of his own at A instantly. Or maybe off to some sound.
The op is here. Head spotted.
What is that entry from Oxy?
Oxy, yeah, you're right. Oxy strikes first. The blade from on high! Oxy decapitating Ye, snapping his head back. And now Cloud9 in a 3v5. What? Keeping things competitive, keeping things close. They're clawing their way back into this. Remember, OT on the cards. If they can convert. And they're getting a little bit closer. Vic and Seppa looking to salvage a mess. The opening was there. And EG instantly slammed the door shut on it.
Last player standing.
You have got to be kidding me, EG. How did you bring this one back? How clutch can Derek and Superman be?
Do or die, and EG stands strong. We're playing OT.
Oxy did everything. He takes out Nature in the first 10 seconds of the round. He follows it up with a kill on Ye. But a shock dart kill and Net just not able to execute on the lurk timing that he had.
The shock spit on the plant, it was unreal round.
There's no world you are losing that round if you're Cloud9. No world, and that's why you see Imi reacting the way that he is, but we're here. EG brought it back to overtime.
And it's Oxy with the glass cannon operator.
He's going for a quick mid pick here. There's no turret.
Surely the orb there, you know you're not going to get a window, at least not initially. Meanwhile, Vic playing off a pixel angle. He's going to get pushed back by the drone. Ye has to trot right behind it. Not enough on the punish.
Does bait out a lot of that utility.
The op has arrived. He spotted Ye. No shot yet. And now they know where the operator is. You see the ping on the minimap. Do you dare challenge? Oh, it's a mess. Oxy, excuse me, Icy getting to Spike now planted. EG in a comfortable position. That dink is gonna hurt. Traded right back though, 10 HP for Mitch.
Die.
What can Oxy and Zeppa do here? They're gonna have to retake, and Oxy has an op. Can he find success with this weapon? Position given away. The dart exposes him. Oxy in a 1v3. No shot. EG gets a series point.
So much to dissect from EG in this round. They never showed a double mid lurk in regulation. As Superman is breaking the Killjoy turret top mid, Icy takes the timing in the smoke, but this transfer is ridiculous.
Last one down.
Nice!
You match that with the pace that was put
baby.
in B main. EG want it. They want it bad. They want to send Cloud9 home.
Multiple years of playoff failures looming over Cloud9 right now. Bearing the weight of potentially falling short again.
How many times can this happen to a roster?
They have to find a way to shake that off. An operator for Ye. An opportunity to rewrite things for Cloud9. An opportunity to take the skeletons out of that closet. Oxy pacey towards A, as is the rest of Cloud9. There's no fake. There's no late lurk. It's just fight. And Nature's the first to fall. Everyone lit up. But no punish on the other side of it. Ye playing the tightest of angles, and Net's there to snap. Can Derek convert on this? He finds this one, but it's not going to be enough. Now Ye, next up to the plate. He's finding his one, but can't connect on anything else. Supo, 1v3. Cloud9 looking to push this into double OT, and they will succeed. They're not done yet.
Full A hit from Cloud9. But this time the spacing, the patience, a little bit different. Making sure they don't throw this round away after those entries that they got on the actual site. off of the space that they gathered. Fighting together was what was so successful for Cloud9 in this round.
Holy shit, I'm moving.
And now a timeout to build a little bit more suspense in case there wasn't enough already. Tied at 13. Cloud9 trying to avoid, again, another disastrous playoff run. They're looking to avoid elimination, looking to avoid having to take a 2-month break. But hope dies last.
They have to step up and help Oxy in these moments when he gets these entries, when he puts them in a spot to take the lead. The rest of the members need to be the ones that close out the round for him. He can only do so much. It's in times like these where stars are born. Vic, although he's been very hot towards the end of stage 1, he has yet to take that Rookie of the Year award for his own.
EG on the attack, looking to deal another death blow to Cloud9. They've weathered a couple, but they're gonna have to do it again, and a lot of focus towards the middle of the map here. Knife not tagging anyone. How far up do they go?
Is he not gonna pull that turret? Doesn't have to.
Here.
Enemy mark.
Drone across the middle. Not getting a ton of info. Meanwhile, while all that was happening, we failed to mention Oxy has the glass cannon up again. And it's A, where EG are.
GR contacting in as well. He finds a sliver. He finds a way to put Cloud9 in an advantage.
They've been here before, though. And EG have been rascally. They've been ratty. They've found a way back into the round. Can they do it again?
Ores and orb emitting.
Vic is being called upon to be this B anchor, and he's going to have to deal with El Diablo, who's going hunting right now.
Little friendly fire there. Procs a dash as the wall goes down, waiting for the fight. No challenge yet.
30 seconds left.
The drone can't clear out Vic.
He's still playing back there. There's spit. There it is. Manages to stay alive just long enough to get the spike down. But it's a 3v5. This would be a disaster if Cloud9 were not able to pull this through. Ye getting his first. Now a 4v3, but again, control still on the side of the defense. They're going to need more than that. Icy gets 2! Vic on the tap, super creeping closer, and he snaps onto him. It's going to have to be Icy. Spike has been taken for a little while here. Can the rookie deliver again? Vic's going to stick it. Stops at half. On the swing! Icy gets his 4th, the Red Bull clutch. And EG again on series point.
Switching sides. Match point.
What an unbelievable series from Icy and Ye. The transfer. The mid lurk and the head-to-head. The pop-off moments that EG need. A 3v4 round win.
And again, the thoughts of Cloud9 get real loud right now. Can EG put them away? They haven't really been in an advantageous position. I mean, you go all the way back to the pistol on Fracture, and it was an ace from Ye. They've been on their back foot the entire time.
Uphill battle after uphill battle. B default in the beginning of the round. That dagger connected onto multiple members, but it's so suspenseful right now. It's a lean towards A, the success they had in the previous OT. Mitch is alone here to sell the fake.
Do they bite? Harbor wall up.
Another gap in it all map long, and Mitch gets punished.
Nature's rotating over, and now the alarm bot is going to confirm that it is a fake. It's going to be a mad dash towards A. Cloud9 fighting for tournament life, down in numbers, without their caller. Icy holding the line. Derek's there too. The glass sipper seems to be fit for a villain. Evil Geniuses advance.
What a ridiculous playoff form we've seen today from EG. We didn't know what to expect. We certainly didn't expect for Icy and Ye to pop off like they did today.
The entire series.
It was just, from start to finish, unbelievable from those two. But you have to point out the Cloud9 playoff curse, Doug. That Viper wall was missed off the rip from round 1. And it's only fitting that they lose to it in overtime. Small mistakes like that are the difference maker of what takes you onto that third map, what keeps your tournament dreams alive. Mistakes you cannot be making at a level like this in playoffs. But mad props to EG for taking advantage of all of that and some. Masterful performance on Fracture. The game planning was great. The lurk timings from Ye on the Cypher